playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
And he rifles one incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try to get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. gotcha, and it worked really well for them.
Taken in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. And you can bet they're going to lean on him quite a bit, obviously. They did last week. It was over 100 yards. Also, AFC Player of the Week is announced Wednesday.
And until they take that away, I would continue to lean on him. Try and have another award for him, one in this game. But when you look back at last week, and you saw how he was able to find holes in the defense, there's also the run after the catch. That's what made it impressive.
Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
The 11-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Number 22.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Now Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw again on second down, Jackson. And this one is incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
He was covered by Richard Sherman.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw again is Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Again, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
Taken in the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Number 22.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
A gain of 36
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big time play for him on a short little pass.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Jackson going to look to do it himself.
Jukes by at the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now.
Makes the score Steelers 24, Ravens 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
11 yards there, 1st down.
At the 36-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
And a Raven 1st down.
Play action. Now Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back now in Pittsburgh. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the... And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone, and that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws, and find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Jackson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Throwing now is Jackson. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Steelers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.